Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing. Where do you come from? Where you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep 'em flowing.
Anthony.
At that point.
What up,
And
cowboy?
now we are live.
Yo,
What's going on,
boy.
everybody?
You guys just think you can
Welcome
have
to
all
the
this fun
download.
without me, huh?
Hey,
Yeah,
what's
that's
going
okay.
on, cowboy? Hey,
What's up?
hey, everyone's got to chill. This is the download, and we are live from Cyborg City. I know we got a rowdy backstage. That's because we're all eager to talk about what's going on in gaming and tech. This week, like we do every week, we got a full stacked panel of people. You all know who they are. They're experts. They're professional. They're technicians. They've got degrees, and they've got huge peens. So, let's jump into it. Let's talk everything gaming and tech.
What?
And first of all, we got the Developer Direct coming right at us today, and it's been a huge drop in some big games people were waiting for. So I want to break into it. Let's get into all these games, and they started out with the big question mark: Ninja Gaiden or Gaiden. Sorry, I'm gonna say it wrong all day. So I want to get into some people who played the OG original and say, are you psyched for this? Mr. Cowboy, since you're at the top of the list, did you play the original Ninja? And welcome to the show.
Well, thank you very much for having me. What's going on, you epic people? I'm happy to be here. I'm a fan. I played and beat every single Ninja Gaiden when they brought them back on the Xbox. So yeah, I mean, I played. I'm talking about Nintendo, part one, part two, part three. Actually, one of the
Yes.
games I never got my hands on. I tried to buy was when they came out with the Nintendo. The Super Nintendo cartridge that had part one, part two, and three on called Ninja Gaiden Trilogy. Never found that game, but seen it once, didn't buy it, and never seen it again. But anyways, man, it was cool. I was working, so I got off work and I just finished watching the trailer for all of them, all of the games they showed, and man, bringing back Ninja Gaiden Part 4. Well, bringing it back, but Part 4 is cool. I will say this. I've played and beat Ninja Gaiden Black so many times because they kept re-releasing that game when they first had it. And if you get all, I think 43 or no 50 scarabs, you got to unlock the original Ninja Gaiden from the arcade. I remember not doing that, and then they came out with Ninja Gaiden Black, and then they took it away, and blah blah blah. So long story short, I got a long history with Ninja Gaiden, and I think it's cool. I don't think I care to play Ninja Gaiden Black again because I played that for so much, but Ninja Gaiden 4. Definitely got to play it. And now you're
Wait,
mine.
what is
Awesome.
this? This is Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, right? So what is
Correct.
this? Is it a
This is
remake?
the
Is
black
it
version of
mix
Ninja
of them?
Gaiden
Yeah.
2.
What does that mean?
So
It's
they
a
had,
remake in Unreal
Uh,
5.
yeah.
It literally
Wow.
just means the remaster of number 2 then. That's all it means. The black version is the remaster, correct?
No,
Yes.
well,
Is it so?
it was called Ninja Gaiden Black before. So they had Ninja Gaiden, and when they kind of like redid Ninja Gaiden, and then they made Ninja Gaiden Black, it was like all the DLC and everything added together. And
Oh,
now
the
they're doing it
definitive.
again. Right. And now
Hold
they're
on,
doing it
hold on,
again.
hold on, hold on. There was just an executive order. It's no longer Ninja Gaiden Black. It's Ninja Gaiden White. Executive order.
All right.
Jesus.
So, clarification is black means the definitive edition. So you're getting all the DLC included. This is just the remaster in Unreal Engine 5. So,
Correct.
Wilson's
Same game right now.
currently, yeah, playing that right
Okay.
now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's fun.
Available on Game Pass and on all other consoles for purchase. But nice to see a day one drop. I love when they do that on developers directs. Is it a Hi-Fi Rush caliber? Nah, not quite, but still very good to see, I think.
What?
No, I mean, getting Hi-Fi Rush, a brand new IP, a game that I think rated very well, was nice to get on a developer direct, and having a remake
Well,
is a
yeah,
bit
yeah,
of
I
a
guess
different
you're right.
experience. Yeah.
Ninja Gaiden remake isn't to the same caliber because I would challenge that. I've never even played the
challenge
originals,
that
but
also.
that name Ninja Gaiden is a known name across gaming. A remaster
Correct.
of this and coming like a day and date on the announce of a show, I would say that's just as big, if not as bigger, than Hi-Fi Rush.
Wilson, you are brilliant, my friend.
Oh,
Well-
cowboy, you're a good man.
The cowboy
Feed his
agrees
ego
with
now.
you. SPG, you played some Ninja Gaiden back in the day. Are you excited to see a remake in Unreal Engine 5? What are your thoughts on this one dropping?
Well, going way back, like Cowboy said, the first 3 were on the NES. They were re-released on the SNES. And yes, Cowboy, I had that cartridge. And the third game was the Ancient Ship of Doom. And that game was hard. But I'd have to say the hardest of them all was probably the first one, I think, for the NES. But
Yep.
we're not talking about the NES. This is the 3D version, man. And Ninja
I
Gaiden...
like this.
Yeah, and the Ninja Gaiden hack and slash that came out on Xbox was really cool, man. I played a lot of that. I
Mhm.
played through the second one as well. I'm gonna love checking it out on Unreal 5. But
You can
I think
run on water in this game. This is cool. This is cool.
Oh,
what's going on is that we're lacking in a lot of games in this type of genre. So I'm glad they're releasing a 4th one, and I'm also very glad we can revisit the second one with updated visuals, if not updated controls.
Yeah, so cool to see. So Ninja Gaiden 4, that is a brand new game. Am I correct in saying that? That's
Yes.
not a remake.
Correct.
Yes,
Alright.
and you can right now on if you got Game Pass, you can go play Ninja Gaiden 2. That just popped
Awesome.
up today.
Yes, we got Wilson playing it right there on the Discord. So that's cool to see. Cool to see. Ninja Gaiden, big IP they're bringing in. It will be available on all consoles and PC. So there's that to look forward to. But available day one on Game Pass. So big get for them there.
Yeah, and I hate to say this, but I want to let every PlayStation owner know that they can go play that Part 2 Black version as well. You have to pay for it, and there is a PS5 Pro enhancement.
Oh, wow. There is a PS5
Ooh.
Pro enhanced.
That you won't be able to see the difference.
See, here's the thing. I didn't like the damn Ninja Black game because it was too damn hard. I'm an OG.
It was
I like
hard.
the 1989 from Tecmo Ninja Gaiden. That was the one I loved. I like
Well,
that.
Back
I
when you only
wanted to have
had
That's
a
a-
couple buttons to press.
Yep, that
That's
was
a
my
good
game.
segue.
Simple.
My mother got it for me. I said, "Mom, please get it for me for Christmas." I got it for Christmas. I love the sky. Dude, that was the first game that actually had a story in between the fighting, and they showed the graphics and the music playing and stuff. I mean, uh,
The first scene was
game.
incredible, wasn't it, Ray?
It was awesome. Awesome. One of my favorite. No, you know what is my favorite side-scrolling game? So, but I couldn't get
Right.
into the Ninja Black. They were too roguelike. They were too freaking hard. So, yeah, I didn't
They
like them.
started the
I didn't like
roguelike.
them. I didn't
Well,
like it. I didn't like
that's a good segue, Ray, because it looks like they introduced an easy mode, something they call hero mode, which allowed
Yes.
you to get expanded powers, auto
Oh.
blocks, and sort of
Yes.
the ability not to die when you reach your bottom half of health. So I think that's a good accessibility, especially
I
because these
agree.
older games are definitely more difficult.
I agree.
Well, let's jump into the next one they showcased. If anyone is excited to jump into a Canadian game, actually, shout out to Canada. We got South of Midnight. This looks like, okay, when I heard the description, and it seems very much like Forspoken. You get magic powers, you get teleported to a new world. It's very much like Forspoken to me, and I know that may be a pony perspective, but
That's what I saw.
that's the feelings
So-
I got definitely when watching this one.
It's still
So,
fun though.
Rudage, you
Yeah.
said the same thing about that other game that was shown on the Xbox, and I ended up playing it. Remember the same thing that the girl Flintlock, I think she used the powers and
I
get
enjoyed
sucked
that
through the
game.
air and all that. And I played it, and it was nothing like Forspoken. So I don't think this is going to be anything like Forspoken either.
The entire
Flintlock was a
storyline has nothing to
Souls-like.
do with it.
Yeah, let's hope it's better than Flintlock, actually.
Okay, the whole
You know.
storyline is based in the
What way?
South. This is all about Southern lore. Like, this is the one
Right.
time I need Maker to back me up on this one, but he's unfortunately a mute right now. So
Yeah, it's Southern lore told by Canadians. I'm sure they'll get it.
You know what, dude? I love this company
Okay,
because they
well,
did a
I
game
can't
called
wait
We
to
Happy
watch you play
Few.
on your pony machine. I can't wait for.
Why is your name
All
King
excited.
OnlyFans content, Ved? Come on, bro.
Who the
What the heck?
Oh
I
damn!
need to quit with this shit. You know what? Never
Um,
mind.
That game looked amazing. That game looked amazing. I can't wait to play it. I like the music. I like the story sounds cool and the graphics and yeah, I like the presentation. So yeah, I want to play it.
Yeah, art direction looked really cool. It's not a game for me though, looking at the actual gameplay. But the voice acting was fucking on point.
It
Yeah,
reminds me of a
That
Telltale
giant
game.
alligator.
Like it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
yells Telltale, like that sort of graphics and visualization.
Well, see, I was born in
Right.
Louisiana, dude. It reminds me of
I'm
Louisiana.
sorry. Nah, I'm kidding. Hey, I was born and raised in Houston. I know a lot of people from Louisiana.
Well,
I bet
again,
you did.
day
You
one
can't speak
on
some of
Game
that
Pass.
hardcore Cajun stuff, though, man. That stuff there, you need a freaking
Hey,
book
does
for.
is any of these a PlayStation going to PlayStation?
Yeah, I don't think South of Midnight is right away. I believe that was an Xbox only
Yeah.
release, but I could be
Will
wrong there.
Any of them be day and date on PlayStation? Oh,
It's
probably not.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
on Game Pass.
The
likely.
It'll be on Game Pass
this
immediately.
Claire Expedition 33, the story of the paintress who writes numbers on this wall, and everybody who is that age just disappears, like Thor or style, or not Thor, Thanos style, which I think is a pretty cool plot. It's definitely different. But again, I'm looking back at it with the lens of what SPG said, with that sort of all these things are coming at you on screen, and I can't help but see nothing but numbers and big circles. I think they're doing something different. Unreal Engine 5 turn-based, and I think it's got something cool there, but we'll have to wait and see. Game Pass people, you get it day one. This is not a full-priced game for people looking for it on other platforms, and it's definitely
much is it?
the first of its kind in terms of turn-based in Unreal 5 with this kind of graphic visualization.
You said it's not a full price game. How much is it?
I believe I read an article seeing it was $49.99.
Yeah, that's close enough to full price.
Yep.
Well, isn't full price
I agree.
70
No,
bucks?
not really.
Well,
Yeah,
in
70,
Canada, they pay more on games in Canada.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's even
Yeah.
worse.
Inflation.
Yeah.
The
Um,
Yeah,
the expedition.
Inflation, dude.
anything between a $50 and $70 price tag, I say that's a full price.
Yeah,
Wow.
because that's PS3 and Xbox 360 games are $50 back then.
all right. Anyone looking forward to taking on the Paintress? Going through this. Any thoughts on this?
Yeah,
What are
I
people
do.
thinking on?
You know, it's
Yeah.
crazy. I think some people may see the games I play and not and think I'd you know, may not realize, but man, when I got into RPGs back in the day, I only liked well, back in the day it was really like turn-based, right? And so then eventually Zelda added like you know, Zelda was considered action RPG. And so then but you know, the original Final Fantasies, Fantasy Stars, games like that, right? So for me, when I was watching it, I was like, oh, that looked cool, because I was even mad at the PlayStation remake of Final Fantasy VII because it's no longer turn-based. So, and I know they got the mode supposed to be turn-based, but it's not turn-based, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I was looking like, oh, this actually interests me because of one, the graphics looked amazing. So it's like a really good looking turn-based game. Now I know some people might say Baldur's Gate 3, but that was just a bit like, yeah, that wasn't like it wasn't like this is looked like more kind of flashy and more straight on, where Baldur's Gate just had 8 million things going on at one time. It's just
So,
a bit much for me. But yeah.
so turn-based is cool.
It is.
And BG3 did it to where it was like a chess match and turn-based
Yeah.
at the same time.
More like
This is
tabletop D&D.
Yeah, this is set up
Yeah.
very much like the old style. It seems that
Yep.
it's set up like the old style Final Fantasies, where you've got
Yep.
one side of the screen with your characters and the other side basically of who you're fighting, and then you hit a button to attack and then watch the attack. I'm all for these games. I'm going to check it out because it'll be on Game Pass. My only issue with looking at what I saw was all the chaotic stuff on the screen. I just got through Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, and it was like a slot machine while you were trying to play. And I can tell you, it was a big, giant turnoff. So when those numbers were so big and they kept getting bigger, like the size of the number, and then it was just, I don't know. It turned me off a little bit, but I won't have to purchase the game to check it out. So I will be checking it
That's
out.
cool. You know what's strange? I love arcadey stuff. So for me, I'm the sucker that likes the big numbers and the flashing so I was like, oh, that was cool to me. So we'll see.
Throw the
I'll
numbers in
definitely
my
give it a
face.
check out.
Just throw all the numbers in my face.
I actually liked
But I'll give it a check out.
the characters were kind of cool. That monkey creature who turned into things, who was kind of clumsy. They did a good job of world building, I thought. So I'm interested based on some of these characters. They seem fun. So and it doesn't just seem like straightforward turn based. It seems like there's a lot of movement and stuff, other things happening with parries and blocks. So hey, I look forward to it. Looks like a beautiful game. I hope it has photo mode. I'm kind of pissed none of these games kind of said, and there's a photo mode. It's like they don't care. They don't care, and they need to.
Oh yeah, you know
thing
what?
For me on this style of game though is the storytelling. That's one of the reasons why I always like the Final Fantasies. There's a good story to it. So to me, when it comes to games like this, it's gameplay and storytelling. That's the main thing I look for in a turn-based
Good
style
shout.
game.
Good shout. Good shout.
And one thing Rujig's alluded to, yeah, it looks like it is turn-based, but also look like got quick time events where like R2 popped up real quick and triangle, and so that's
I
different.
didn't notice that. I never noticed that. Ooh, that's gonna be
Yeah.
that's gonna be more
An
a
interactive
challenge.
turn-based.
Yeah.
So they're pushing, they're doing
Who
stuff
doesn't like
different.
that?
Unreal Engine 5 is really making stuff look like movie quality. It's bringing games up to that next level. So you got to give them some love there. They're making more games and more ideas possible. So shout out to that. Now let's talk about the big one. Let's doom it up. Who's excited for Doom? Listen, I'm gonna
Game of the
say
Year nominee.
I am.
Game of the Year nominee.
here's my opinion.
Yes.
As soon as Doom joins
Go
Microsoft,
Dark
he
Ages.
gets soft and he needs a shield, bro. What gives? But
Seriously.
Nah, man. Listen, Doom,
Seriously.
the last Doom Eternal Doom Eternal was my 2020 game of the year. I played and beat every Doom, and this just looks super epic. So I can't wait. I can't wait.
The shield fits into
Ten-
the medieval time thing.
10 of
Yeah, it
the
does.
10 of the 10. Dude, you can
It's
even
chainsaw, too.
you can change the difficulties and stuff too.
And,
Oh, yeah.
what do you
Yes.
think about the sandbox mode that it has built into it now?
well, I think
mean,
that
the
was
Doom
just
Eternal
one
kinda-
level, where it's sort of
I know, but
open world,
I
sort
kinda
of
find it
big
weird, though,
expansive
for it.
But
space.
it's still open world, and there's still
Yeah,
it's
but
not like you can finish it in like 5 minutes.
just
It's not. It's
sandbox.
the way it looks. It's gonna be.
Yeah,
gonna
they
be
had
a
some of those
massive-
elements in Doom Eternal, where it
Doom
was
Eternal,
more
yeah, they had
open
it, yeah.
world, or you had to jump around, find secrets.
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
think they're just building on that idea. I think it'll be
Yeah.
cool. I definitely saw the
It's
gun
gonna be
where
fun,
it
though.
would take like the skull and turn it into bullets, and they were just mowing down
Yeah.
hordes of people. So I think that will be a lot
Dude,
of fun
the
for people.
vehicles. Oh my god, the
The
vehicles.
dragon.
Flight.
The mech and
Ride
the
the
dragon.
dragon. Yeah, that looks
Yeah.
so dope. I can't wait.
Definitely with the mech and stuff. My thing is, and I'll ask the panel here, has Microsoft given up on Halo, and will they just make Doom their new mascot? Because to be honest, Doom's a better mascot than Master Chief these days.
No.
I think so. Because
I agree
have
with
we
that.
heard?
Master Chief
hold on.
I
was-
say no.
Here.
I want to say
No.
something. I say no. They're not done with Doom because eventually that studio is going to want to do something different. It's software, and if I were Microsoft, I'd be like, "Id, do you want to make a Halo spin-off game and make like a Doom-esque like Halo spin-off game?" I would love it. That'd be like the best thing ever.
You know, it's funny. Everything you said, I made a video about that probably like 3 years ago. That this is what they could do.
Oh,
But
I've been wanting to do it since they were going to buy them. I was like, "Yeah,
I
let's
think-
do it."
Nah.
I
Dude,
don't
I'd rather
think they're
have
done with Halo.
I'd
I don't
rather
think
have
they're done with
Gears of War mesh with Doom.
Done with Halo? Definitely not. They're certainly not
Definitely
done
not.
with Halo. But when can you expect probably the next Halo, the next iteration of Xbox?
On Switch too.
I mean, they set up the last one to sort of be a live service game, and it kind of like flopped, man. So I'm not saying it flopped in sales and all that stuff. I just mean the longevity of the product. They expected it to live much longer, and I think they're already working on the next one. They've changed engines. Like it's going to be years before we actually see the next Halo, I think.
I want this game in VR. This game would be freaking amazing in VR, dude. I can't
Doom is
wait.
fun in VR.
I can't wait. I had the PS4 Doom, and that was fun. But this is on a whole freaking other level. And then the music, oh my god, dude, the music and the sound. Yeah, this game's definitely going to get some awards at the end of the year. Guarantee it.
Yeah, for
Well,
sure.
Doom Eternal was nominated for Game of the Year. That was cool.
It was. Yeah, I do remember that.
So here is the collector's edition. If anyone's interested, I hate this up to 2 days early access. Blah. Like pay extra for early access. But the 12-inch Doomslayer statue, you can't argue how cool that looks.
Yes.
The Steelbook,
What's the
obviously
release
people are
date?
collectors. May 15th.
Oh, okay, May 15th.
Yeah, so and then some campaign
excited.
DLC, some skins, some cool stuff there. So if you're interested, go check out the Doom Collector's Edition
Even
and
DLCs. Oh,
get that
oh.
12-inch statue. Otherwise,
wonder- you
just
know what?
wait
You
for it on Game Pass day one. Nice little
Well, you know-
bundle.
Yeah.
Bundaroo.
You know what flopped in Doom? So when Doom Eternal came out, they had that multiplayer mode where it was 2v1. Nobody was playing it. Now, granted, I was playing it on Stadia, but like even when I played it eventually down the road on PlayStation, like nobody was playing that mode. So
Yeah,
that
and
kind of flopped.
and look what was completely excluded from this one. They
Yeah,
didn't even
right.
talk about it.
multiplayer.
If it is there, they didn't talk about it at all.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's not.
Yeah,
agree.
let's scrap it. They're probably thinking,
Good.
let's just
Oh.
focus on what we're good at. The population's probably very low. What I didn't like was all these modifiers and the wheels and stuff. I guess that'll help.
Yeah, I didn't was a fan of that either.
They'll
Yeah, I
they'll
mean, they
help
kinda
the
do
other
that in the last
players,
one.
but like just make an easy
I
still love
like
Doom,
it.
though.
hard.
I like it. I need
I'm still gonna play it.
modifiers. Thank you.
Still play when
Thank
it
you.
comes
I
out.
need it. I'm not good like you guys. So give me the modifiers.
Oh yeah, right, that's right. You got old timers.
Overall, a lot of cool stuff with the mech. I thought that was nice. They're bringing that larger than life aspect to Doom,
Dude,
which I
was
think
that
is pretty
awesome
cool.
or what? Oh my god.
I just
that was
wish
amazing.
the mech was in third person. Like that would have been cool. But no,
That
they
would've
can't
been
even
cool.
give me that.
Well, one of these days where you're gonna have to get over your deal with first person.
I
Hey, listen,
agree.
they gave you.
I
They
agree.
There's
gave
so
you.
I
many other
agree.
games. There's so
No,
many
I
other
agree.
games.
I'm the same way as Rue. I way prefer third person.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
that'll be a
One
pro
as much
enhancement.
as the other, but
I hope.
it just you know.
Rudix, they
Rudix
gave you
just
flying
mods
on
for
the
it.
dragon in third
I
person.
know.
Because it doesn't have third person.
Hey, that's a win. That is a win.
Yeah.
The flying on a dragon.
Flying on a dragon in third person.
Engage mods.
All right, so I'll go around the panel. What did everyone think? Give it a score on your developers direct and your favorite game out of the bunch. I'll give it a start. You know what? Honestly, great showing. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. I think that there are some games. I definitely think Claire has got me interested in this. I'm saying good things. What are you saying? I'm saying good things. I'm saying the Claire Excura 33 has got me really excited about playing a turn-based game. And the South of Midnight, I could definitely see myself playing. So I think and the Ninja Gaiden, really
Hey,
cool
hey,
stuff.
Rudix, rate Game Pass's value then.
Game Pass's value is not worth it. Just curate your own library.
Okay, now
Just
you can hit the
curate your
pony
own
symbol. Oh, now
library.
you can hit the horse.
Here's what you do. The games will be broken on day one. Wait till they come on sale and they'll be better fixed.
Wow, can you just pass it to somebody that appreciates the game, appreciates the show?
I did say a lot of appreciating things. Go, Wilson.
Yeah,
I
You're
have
come
the
on,
put
top.
dude.
an hour or so, an hour and a half now into this Ninja Gaiden. Ever since it came out, I installed it and I've been playing, and it runs smooth as butter. It looks gorgeous. They've done well with it. They've done really, really well with it.
All right. And what did you think, Anthony?
I didn't actually watch the thing. I just watched the trailers of the games, so I don't know like the people commentating or anything like that. But the pure just from the game trailers. I mean, if I watched the show, I mean, again, it's not fair because I didn't like. I don't know if like the flow of the show, like, did the people kind of like stumble and feel like, oh, okay, well, can you be quiet and show gameplay? But just if I'm going off the games they showed, man, I would have to give it a 9. Like everything I've seen, I want to play. For me,
Yeah.
I'm like, everything looked good. Everything looked good. And what I think is cool is it kind of got a PlayStation feel to me because everything was story driven, and that's PlayStation's niche. They do games, really good graphics, but they always have like a story. Like it's always like story, and South of Midnight, like the Expedition 33, Ninja Gaiden, like everything had this big blockbuster. Like for me, listen, I'm a AAA guy. Everything you've seen looked like, man, this could be a big budget game with a really good story, and you can probably look forward to a sequel. South of Midnight, but it looked really good, like in its own style. It looked really good. So me personally, I would have gave it a 9. I thought it was stunning. I thought they did a great job, and yeah, man, this is giving Game Pass some really good value. It definitely make me think like, well, I haven't had Game Pass in like almost 2 years, but I don't know. So, my thoughts. And now
Nice,
your mama
nice. Up next, Jem, what did you think? Favorite game standout?
The only
Overall
thing that
thoughts?
stood out to me was Doom. The moment they showed, I really liked the Shield gameplay, but I wasn't sold on it. Like it's like, okay, it's another Doom game. I like Doom and Doom Eternal, But the moment they started showing the flying and the mech suits where you're just destroying the buildings, I was like, okay, this is Doom plus so much more, and that's when I wishlisted the game. So now I'm fairly excited. I'm gonna wait for a discount when that game comes out, but at least I am signed up. I'm gonna play it eventually. As for what was it? It's like 4 games in total they announced or something like that. I mean, if I don't want to rate the damn thing, but I'm just saying this could have just been an email. I don't think that a direct was even necessary. They could have just announced it in an email, and it would have been fast information and it's like just get straight to the point.
I think they did send
Those
an email.
Tuesday
Did it?
blog posts. Oh, I missed those.
Didn't you get the email, Jim? You were supposed to send it out, I believe.
Houston, how did you feel about the developers direct? Do you have a standout game?
Standout game. Looking forward to Doom. Expedition 33. Definitely gonna look at that, but I'll get some reviews on that first because it can look good and then be clunky. But odds are I'll definitely check those two out. And looking at the requirements for PC for like recommended and all of that, I knew that day was coming when it was going to pull away from the 16 into the 32, which isn't that big of a deal. It's not a turnoff in any way. Their whole showcase, I don't think they went over the top with it. You know, they definitely could have streamlined a little bit more, but those are the two for me that I'm definitely looking the most forward to out of all of it.
There we go. And Vet, what would you standout game in the developers direct for you?
It was Doom and the Southern game. I like the story. I like the characters in that one. And Doom, I mean, come on now, that's just straight chaos, blood, murder, violence. It's the epitome of all, rock style hardcore gaming. That was basically everything about the 90s games when they came out, because that's literally what it was. It was Doom, you had Quake, you had Duke Nukem, you had all of these great games, and Doom was the one that essentially stood the test of time. And it looks like they're just gonna keep going right back to it. And I'm all for it at that point.
And SPG, any standouts, thoughts on the developer direct?
Yeah. First, I'll state that I'm a hater. But I would give this show a solid 7 because they showed a bunch of stuff that didn't really interest me. Doom was very, very high on my list of a game looking forward to, and I don't have to purchase it since I can play it day one on Game Pass. But yeah, that's basically my thoughts, man. That turn-based game, not against it, but I just need to see a little more. I don't like the slot machine in your face like number thing that they did, but that could be just aesthetic because you're not trying to aim and shoot like in Suicide Squad when the shit's all over the screen. You're actually hitting a button and waiting for an attack to come your way. So I don't know, man. I'll have to check it out, but I'd give it a solid 7 out of 10.
What's Suicide Squad?
There we go. See? You don't have no PC button for him, and I gave it a higher score than SPG. You're all consolist.
Wait till I get my turn. Wait till I get my turn.
Well, it's Reaver's turn right now, so Reaver.
Yes.
Any standout games for you?
Well, you should already know this. Doom Dark Ages. Like, oh, you got the chainsaw still with the shield. That was amazing when I saw that. I think I'm actually excited for that kind of gameplay. Also, I mean, I'm not a fan of like the whole slider stuff. Just does not fit Doom, unfortunately. But I'm still excited though. If we're looking forward for Claire, the Claire obscure game. Come on, who doesn't love a turn-based? And a lot of people, to be sure. A lot of people. And
what did he say?
I said, who doesn't like turn-based?
Well, it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome, and it'll have haptics on PlayStation, so that'll make it that much better.
And I'd give it a solid 8.
Nice. And Mr. Sherrod, what would you?
First of all, you didn't get some group of sad developers. This is a developer direct. You were getting the passion of these guys that made these awesome games. You didn't get somebody giving you some sad story about how they made a game for 5 years and then canceled it. This game, these
Exactly.
games,
Concord.
this,
This
Yeah.
Microsoft
game,
we're talking about.
this,
Sorry, Sony.
this, look.
Can somebody hit the Microsoft
It
sound
gave
clip?
us.
Come on.
Hold on, I'm talking. I got the mic. Thank you. These were awesome games, dude. Yeah, I know. Games. You look.
Sorry.
You
Sorry.
want?
Continue.
You finally got games. Doom looked freaking amazing. South of the Midnight, dude. That story looks amazing. The alligators.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The monsters in that game looked amazing. Expedition 33, dude, give me the numbers, give me the action, give me the story, give me the graphics. That looked amazing. Even Ninja Gaiden 4. These are games. This is what we want. We want games. And guess what? We don't have to wait 5 or 6 years down the road. These are games that are coming soon. Not no remakes, not no reboots. Games coming soon. Thank you. 10, 10, 10 across the
Ninja
board. Thank
Gaiden
you.
2 is a remake, and Ninja Gaiden
Thank you.
4 is probably
you.
coming out
Thank
next
you.
year.
I got
But
this.
yes.
But Ray, it sounded like you are implying that that's all that PlayStation does is remakes and reboots.
Hey, you didn't get no note saying sorry, people. We tried. No, these are beautiful developers showing you their passion and innovation for games, and that's what I appreciate. These games look amazing. Did you see all the guys that they had at the end of Doom, and everybody's excited? Okay, this
Oh, you the
dude.
hole. I thought you were talking about a hole.
Hey,
Like,
hey,
say there was a glory
shut up,
hole.
I'm talking. Shut up, I'm talking. These games look amazing. Thank you. I'm done.
Still Microsoft.
All right.
So, just saying.
Well, our next topic I want to jump into is NVIDIA Ace. So, NVIDIA had some big announcements over the CES, and what they're doing to video games is pretty cool. And if you haven't heard about it, let's get into it. So, I want to start by talking about PUBG, first of all. It's introducing an ally that is completely voice activated. So this is an AI ally who listens to your voice and does what you are instructing it to do. So no longer will you have to matchmake with humans who teabag you when you're on their team. So now you'll have elite teammates controlled by AI to help you in these situations. So instance, in this video, they're giving instructions like cover my back, watch my 6, look for a level 3 vest. He's covering them in situations. So very, very cool. They even went and found a vehicle and came to pick them up. So what does everyone think about NVIDIA Ace? Maybe let's start at the top with this PUBG ally. Wilson, do you think that this will replace you as a reliable teammate?
Jem's already signed up to train the finals version of it, so he doesn't have to deal with me. I know that. I know that. Yeah, I am not a reliable teammate. I'm not bad at games, but I'm not reliable. And AI that you can speak to is going to be 10 times better. But what games is it going to be allowed in? Is it going to be limited modes? Because, I mean, a lot of people playing PvP are not going to want to do PvAIP. Like, they're not going to want that, you know? So it's going to have a niche when it comes to gaming.
Those are bots already,
To be
right?
fair, yeah, I mean,
It's
to
a
be
smart
fair, you
bot.
guys are already
Yeah,
playing against aimbot. I mean, let's just keep it real.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, they're just bringing that to the market. It'll just be a slightly toned down aimbot, I assume. So, but I think
I
it'll
still feel like
open
there's going to
things
be an
up.
uproar.
There's going to be an uproar. Okay.
Yeah.
For what?
Oh, yeah.
Because, you know, they're going to be afraid that, you know.
Well, look, the only
all of
upside
their
is
wall hacks and aimbots aren't working anymore.
one of the upsides is you're not going to go, where's my teammate? And they're hiding in a bathroom or something. That's not going to happen. They're going to be right there on the front lines with you.
What I think will be
Imagine
cool
the bot
if they-
goes AFK.
if they utilize it for like a drop in and drop out system. So let's say I'm playing Fortnite and I want to do, I want to do 4 people, and my friend is like, I'm not gonna be on for like 10 minutes. Like, dude, let me start the game, and like, cause you've all played games where like, oh, the match already started and I can't let you jump in. But if they could do a drop in and drop out, like, or you're playing a match and your friend got to leave. So let's say they could leave and then all of a sudden the AI just takes over, and then you feel like, well, now I kind of got a partner. But if the person came back, they could swap out with the AI. I think that would make it kind of cool. And one of you guys said it, but we've been conditioned to even play matches now, where most of the people playing in the matches Fortnite, sorry, are bots. So like I've been playing a lot of Fortnite recently, and like when it's the bots in there, right? So listen, if you can make the bots help you versus you just in there killing the bots, I think that might be cool. And now your mama knows.
What does she know?
Absolutely. I think it's
Yeah.
a great addition to video games. I think it's adding that versatility. It's growing, it's making them smarter. And that is the first aspect of NVIDIA Ace I wanted to jump into. I've got 4 key points here. So did anyone else want to share on having an AI co-op partner?
No, I think it's about,
Callie,
like,
Callie and
Yeah.
SPG always runs ahead and leave me to die. So it was cool to have some AI
Yes.
friends that stick with you and defend you and not
Man,
run away
I
from you and let
I
you
stay.
die.
I've
I'd like
helped
to get
No, you
input.
don't. You,
Hey,
Vet, you
I'll
run
let
me
guys.
over.
So I
Yeah,
guess
I'll
everybody on this
Just
panel
send
would
AI in there and
adapt the
somebody else will shoot
technology.
SPG in the dick.
Is there somebody
It's
who
just,
who
it's
would
just
shy
somebody else will
away
shoot
from it?
SPG in the dick.
All right. Is there somebody who would shy away from it other than Wilson saying it'll be rejected?
I'm not
Nope,
gonna use
I like
it.
it.
I think that's
I'm
a stupid
using it.
idea.
I
I
think
think it's great.
I don't think it'll be
You know?
rejected. I think it'll have to find its place, and that it won't be as straight up just added to PvP games. It'll have to be talked about. You know what I mean? It'll have to be
It'll have
specific.
its own
hobbies.
lobbies.
Yeah, exactly. It'll have its own
Yeah,
specific hobbies.
I
Are
could
you
see
sure
that.
that it's gonna be that way and it's not gonna just be like put into the game without people
Yeah.
knowing about it?
This reminds me of SOCOM when you used to say, like, when you could talk into the microphone and have the players just, you know, do your commands and stuff like that. Man, I'm excited.
No, I'm not.
That was fun. I won't lie. That was a fun
I'm
feature they
excited.
had on that game.
Yes, yes.
I
All
think
right.
it's gonna
Alpha
fail.
over here. Beta,
Cool
beta,
stuff.
alpha,
what
Charlie.
happens when the people who don't even know about NVIDIA Ace and one day they log in and the bot, which they think is a real player, they start talking like, "Hey, this guy's quite cool. I want to add them as a friend or whatever." But once the game ends, nope, you'll never see that guy ever again. It doesn't exist.
Yeah, I want the
Oh.
AI so intelligent you can have a discussion that gives them an existential crisis. That's what I want.
I'll make sure to tell Vet that it's an AI.
No, I would want the AIs to have individual personalities. I would want these allies to be like, "Oh, did you
I
play
don't.
with like Richter 27? Oh yeah, I played with Richter 27."
Yeah, he told me to fuck off.
I'm gonna explain to them they're in a video game and they'll fight harder for me. Watch.
Oh, okay, so this time, if
All
you
of this
do, if you
sounds
can add
terrible.
friends with them and you can start talking to them before the game starts, like you're in the lobby selection screen, then they can use it for advertising. Like, hey, do you play Fortnite? I heard that game was lame.
Hey, there's a skin of me in that game.
Try Poggers for 10% off.
Oh, they'll give you peggers for free.
Dude, I mean, you have somebody. What's up, Primo? Revive. Oh my God, get somebody to revive you and not watch you
Hey, Crow.
die.
Primo.
No,
Teabag you.
Yeah, but
It's an interesting concept.
Oh,
I
that'd
hope
be
they
funny.
definitely
That'd be
they
pretty funny.
develop personalities. I hope there are, players we each get to play with. But that would be a cool thing. But let's jump on to the next NVIDIA Ace introduction here.
Ooh,
And
it's interesting.
that is one of my most interesting concepts I found out here, and that is the AI boss. So
AI
what they're
boss?
doing right now
Oh,
is
that's what. I heard that better.
they are creating this boss that is able to evaluate every situation for the team in front of them, run simulations, find the best path forward to winning, and then execute on that battle plan. I think this is a crazy addition. I hope it never touches my Souls games because this would just make a Melania fight that much more difficult. I'd have a
Yeah.
more difficult time
it
with
needs to
my
be in Souls
Melania
games.
fight than Trump does. Am I right? But but what do you guys think about AI coming into your bosses?
Sorry, I was late.
Well,
Do
man,
you?
I'm gonna be honest. As the guy who on the panel, well, Ray and I might share a similar thing. I put every game on easy. If it's an easy mode, story mode, hero mode, what you guys talked about earlier. So personally, I'm not trying to make the game any harder. So yeah.
But
Yeah,
here's the
this is a
situation.
dangerous
I gotta have it on
proposition.
normal.
It's a dangerous proposition because I feel like games already cheat. If they can think, like that's another level of cheating, bro.
Sometimes you gotta think about that. Like,
He's like, hey, SPG, I see you rolling constantly because you don't know the mechanics of the game, and now I'm not going to allow you to roll because I'm going to attack you every time you do. That kind of stuff, is going to happen in that scenario.
Mhm.
But also, this will change the stagnant that is in some of these games. Like, if you do a Destiny 2 strike, and Anthony can relate to this, the bosses are going to act the exact same way every single time. If they were
Correct.
changing up, doing stuff different, it would be more engaging. These
Yeah,
MMOs
listen.
would get new
Yeah,
legs.
right.
The prospect of playing a Souls game and every animation is new because he keeps switching it up, you would tear your hair out. You would never complete
real.
that game.
For
Never.
real.
yeah, I think yeah, it's
Challenge accepted.
dangerous though.
It was
Well,
more
it's
like a
coming.
PvP game, but with bots. But like, I think that's a great experience. Because that's why we play PvP games, because bots can't replicate what humans think. Because when you're playing PvP, you don't know what the enemy's thinking, so it all comes down to skill. You can pretend to know, like you can predict, like, oh, maybe they're gonna run this way, I'll flank them. Uh-oh, they didn't actually go that way. Where the hell are they? So if we can get AI bots to be like that, then we can, it will just replace.
I don't know.
It'll just
You
be
probably
better
never played. You
PvE.
probably never played Mortal Kombat on hard, man. The computer would
But in
tear
the
you
place
apart.
though, you get to run that map when you have time. The AI can sit there and run that map with virtual U's all day long.
You know what it
Eventually, they'll
reminds me
become
of?
way
You
better, is
guys,
what I'm saying. Like quickly, they'll
you know,
become way better than humans.
you know what it
Yeah,
reminds
but
me
you
of?
set a limit.
If you guys played Tekken 8, they added a like you train your own computer, right? So like I could go on right now, and if FPG was playing, I could just fight his ghosts, right? And his ghosts get better and better the more and more he plays the game. So like if I play the game a lot and then SPG jump and say, oh, I'm gonna play Anthony's ghost, and then he's like, damn, his ghost got pretty good. So then it got to the point where, well, real life scenario, my friend Chris Obi Rose, every now and then I would play. I haven't did it in a while, but I used to play his ghost and feel good. I would brag and be like, I beat your ghost. He was like, hold up, bro, you can't beat me. I was like, I beat your ghost. Your ghost is pretty much you. But then it gets smarter. So it always was a step behind of you, what kind of SPG was saying. But if this was like super brilliant, it would probably want to make you pull your hair out because it'd be like, I could beat the real you, but I can't beat your ghost because your ghost could do what, you know, what you can't do. I don't know. Like I get it, Rudigs. It'd be great for somebody like you, but somebody like me, I'd be like, man, that's just a bit much.
Yeah, but I think it has its place. It's not for like the Souls bosses necessarily. I think it could be
Mhm.
implemented in MMOs where like methodical, tedious tasks now become new every single time you do them. So I think that's where the place of this has it best.
Mm.
Honestly, I don't want this in a Melania because if she's just gonna switch up and get smarter every single time we fight, then there's no like
Nightmare.
it'll be a nightmare. Yeah, exactly. So I honestly
You
think,
dying and repeating, you're going to learn nothing from the fight.
yeah, and she's just getting smarter. So I think this has a place in the tedious tasks, in the tedious MMOs. So I think this is going to bring new light. Like Destiny 2 is my biggest example. Those strike bosses, if they had new abilities, like smarter strategies, it would change up the game.
The way I see it is that it will be bringing PvP experience in single player games, which I'm all up for. That's how I view it.
Right, because the AI is so easy to beat when it's pre-programmed, but now you're dealing with somebody who's got human level thinking, analysis. You're going to go for your healer in this instance. So, yeah, it brings a level of difficulty up. And I'm sure there'll be an AI limit. Shout out to PlayStation. There's a free demo right now, AI limit.
Oh my
Um,
god.
there will be an AI limit, I think, for sure, because they just won't be able to let this thing go wild. Primo says, I agree with SPG and Cowboy. AI has the benefit of being part of the game and knowing the analytics of which a human would not. So, thinking counting cards in poker. Oh, yeah. So, you wouldn't want to play poker against an AI that's constantly learning from
It always
you. So,
win.
yeah.
It always win.
All right. Well, that was a cool one. I think the AI there was definitely worth checking out. I look forward to it. I think it'll definitely evolve games in the right way. This one I'm probably the most excited for. This is the AI that is being invested into the NPCs. So these things are called smart Zoys. And what they are smart
Smart Zoys.
NPCs that react off of what's happening in the world and the NPCs around them. And honestly, this is what I've been looking for in games for so long. Is NPCs that react to the world that's going around them. They're not on some pre-scheduled train of thought that's kind of
Yes.
methodical and doesn't make points. So I'm all up for this one. You see an NPC walking by a homeless person and she changes her path, and then she goes to a grocery store to buy her food for the homeless person. I think it's absolutely mind-blowing, this stuff.
When you mention this, I think of many years ago when they first talked about Fable, right? The original Fable. Yes, they explained it as if it would be like that. And when
Yeah,
Fable came
Peter
out, it
Molyneux.
was nowhere near that. So
Yeah, Peter
you can
Molyneux.
imagine getting a game that would give you, that, right? You're on this crazy adventure and the NPCs, one could just join you, but halfway through the quest is not pre-written, but he decided not to join you because maybe you killed somebody and it made him mad and he left. You're like, dude, that dude was really cool. And now he's legit not going to join me. And then he tell you why he's not joining you. And like, I could just imagine how amazing that would be.
Yeah, like for instance in Spider-Man 2, I first landed on the ground and I expected people to worship me. Like I'm Spider-Man. I'm standing amongst you,
Yeah, but
mortals.
that can be baked in easy enough.
But they
that
didn't
can be-
care. They just
No,
walked
I
by.
know.
It was lifeless.
I know, but my point is that
mods.
would have been an easy trick for the developers to do to make them somewhat react to Spider-Man. This is on another level. This is walking up to, say, somebody in Kingdom Come Deliverance, and you can have an in-depth conversation with that NPC about the politics going on in the region. Like, if this becomes a thing, like they've already added it into some games with mods and other stuff like Skyrim, but if they added this in with a language model, you could literally walk up to any NPC that has that model available to it and have a complete discussion of stuff in game, the character, what they're doing that day. It could be incredible, and it doesn't need to have all that stuff at access because it's pulling from it. Like,
Yeah. Imagine sitting down with Dutch and breaking into his psyche. Like, why are you doing this to Dutch? How was your childhood?
Yeah, and depending on the way I talk to him is going to be a different response than the way you talk to him and the responses you get. Like,
Yeah,
it could
exactly.
be incredible and make things like super replayable. It could.
Right. Any other thoughts? How do you think this is going to evolve games? Is this something you'd like to see in every game, or is this too much?
Yeah, so I'm so hyped for Inzoi. I was already hyped for it before the Nvidia Ace announcement for the game. Without the feature, it's already way better than any Sims game ever made. And now with the Ace feature, it's like, bro, this is like they just jumped to like Inzoi 2 already. Like the using the AI stuff was mind blowing. It's the Sims game that I've always wanted, just didn't think would ever get it in my lifetime. but it's actually happening. But speaking of Skyrim mods, I have played mods that are very similar to this experience where I had this mod, this companion, where whatever I was doing in the game, the companion would follow me, but she would react to everything around me. And it was such a surreal experience of playing Skyrim that way. So like I'm just walking and then a butterfly will cross our path, just the smallest thing, and then she will be like, "Hey, look, there's a butterfly here. If we collect it, we can do some medicine with your level 5 herb something. All we need is another flower that should be around this area." And then she just starts pointing where that area is. So like, there's
AI
already
mods are
mods
insane.
like that. When I was playing this, I was like, man, this is so good that it kind of made me disappointed with Elder Scrolls 6 that hasn't even been developed yet. Because I know Elder Scrolls 6 ain't gonna be at this level.
No, no,
So this
no,
Skyrim mod
no,
already
no.
ruined Elder Scrolls 6 for me.
Think Starfield with a sword.
Yeah. So if they can get Nvidia Ace onto Elder Scrolls 6 and apply it to every single NPC like Inzo is doing, bro, that's gonna be the best role-playing game ever made. Ever made. Bro, I can't even. Oh my god, there's no way they're gonna do that, but they can do that if they wanted to.
Well,
I wonder how
awesome
much money
stuff.
it
The
costs for them to do
future
this
is
for each NPC.
the
It's
future
it's
is
it's
bright.
running locally. If you need an RTX card, it's all local.
Very cool stuff. Well, let's move on to the next NVIDIA Ace one, which is the emotions. So this one is available right now, actually. So let's see if I can get it up here on the screen. The NVIDIA Ace technology has been baked into the Origins, the new Dynasty Warriors. So you can see this now in their smart emotions is what they're calling it, or what I'm calling it, or dynamic emotions. Essentially, when you talk to NPCs in the past, they were all one emotion. But now when you're going to be able to talk to NPCs, they're going to have fluctuating emotions. So I really think that is a very cool quality. They're bringing more depth to these characters. You're going to enjoy talking to them more. And I'm actually surprised that we haven't seen anything like this before. So very cool stuff. Being able to change emotions while you're talking to them. I think it's just going to cause more immersion in the game. And it is available right now. But Jem, my question to you is, you said you need an RTX to take advantage of these systems. And would that mean that the consoles would not even be able to have this in the game? Because Dynasty Warriors is available on the console.
So this is exclusive to NVIDIA RTX, so that's what you need. However, so here's the problem. I've been trying to look for an answer on this for the games that are going to implement this. From the dev tool perspective, like when you're actually developing NVIDIA Ace onto your games, there's two ways of doing it. You can use literally any RTX card, even the 20 series, to run it locally in your game. Or you can use NVIDIA Cloud to do it, which you need an active internet connection. But what I don't know is, how is it going to work realistically for these games like Inzoi? Like, are they going to put an artificial limit where they're like, hey, you need a 50 series card, or will they be like, hey, you can play on AMD, but you need an active internet connection? Because like I just said, when you actually develop this, when you're developing it into your game, you need an internet connection if you don't have an RTX card. But if you have any RTX card, even a 20 series, it runs all local. But the reality is, it's up to the devs and Nvidia, and I don't know the answer for that
So
until
you
it comes
think
out.
so you think there's a cloud-based solution for it though? Possibly.
No, there is right now. Like when this tool came out last year, people who don't have RTX cards have to rely on the cloud.
There you go.
Well, that's pretty cool. So accessing through the cloud, you mean GeForce Now or
No, this is like I've
like
honestly I've played
cloud?
PUBG will probably do it from the cloud way, where because it's all online anyways. But when I look at Inzoi is a single player game. So it's like, will it even let me take advantage of my RTX card, or would that be a cloud as well? Again, we won't know until the games come out, but both ways is how you make it in either way you can do it in the tools when
And
you're developing it.
that's similar to how Call of Duty loads in their textures from the cloud, like sort of just cloud external support for the technology.
That's how a Flight Simulator does it with the world. When
Okay.
you're playing the game, you can't play that offline. You play it
Well,
online.
Yeah.
Download
this is
the world as you keep
Much
moving.
of the
this is where
offloading a bunch of the
revolution.
stuff onto the cloud is not a new thing. We're just starting to get into it a lot more over recent years, but we've been doing it in gaming for, I don't know, a decade or two at least.
All of this together is going to revolutionize the way populations are controlled, managed, and used in game.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're kind of on the pivot to the next generation of gaming. Also, I think the timeline for gaming is going to be shortened with some AI shortcuts, definitely on the production side. So I look forward to hopefully getting back to having more games and not one game a quarter that I enjoy. So hopefully back to those PS2 days of games galore. Am I right? But yeah, that's NVIDIA Ace. Cool stuff. Brand new technology on display. I'm glad we got to go over that as well. Because, Xbox is, Xbox. But other than that, thank you guys for joining me on the talk today. I know it was impromptu, and I know I was wishy-washy on it, and I appreciate you guys sticking with me. Give some shout outs, and we'll head out of here. So, Ray, we'll start at the bottom. What's going on, sir?
Uh, Marvel Snap, guys. I do Marvel Snaps on Tuesday. Let's see what else is going on. I do a sports show with Vet. I do this called the Two Defenders. We do that on Tuesdays. Guys, don't forget, you got the big, huge divisional conference coming up. We got the Eagles going up against the Commanders, and we got the Bills going up against Kansas City.
Winning,
So
and the Bills
so
winning.
yeah. So check that out, and yeah, but that's it, guys. And then don't know. I stream on Saturdays, so I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. There's some really cool games that are coming out on Game Pass and also on PlayStation. So I'm trying to decide. But thank you, panel. Thank you, Rue. Thank you, chat. This has been great. Bye.
See you.
All right, Reaver, as shout out, sir.
I just be hanging on Discord. I know I'm just playing Assassin's Creed. But I still want to play some Elden Ring with you and Maker for sure.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, for sure.
I'll be happy to get a fourth person. I don't know, Wilson. Would you be up to play some Elden Ring with us?
Oh, he can't. He's on
He can't?
stupid Xbox.
Oh, that's right. Stuck
He's
across
on his sex box.
Xbox. And I'd love to play some Marvel Snap with you sometime, Ray.
Ooh, snapping.
Yeah, okay. All right. Definitely.
And SPG, what's going on, sir?
SPG.
SPG, are you there?
Yeah. Next
Yeah,
week I'm getting. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
We
Next
hear
week I'm getting back into streaming. But this week I'm going to continue working on a lovely D&D adventure that I've got planned for Sunday. So.
Are you enjoying
Awesome.
your cold weather? I heard
No.
it's quite cold there. In
No, go
Canada.
look outside. I think I sent some to you.
And Vet.
Don't say that shit.
Vet, what's going on with yourself?
Not much. I've got a new PC that just got shipped out, so it'll be here in a few days. I've also got a new headset, new microphone, new mic arm, all getting shipped here, and a new capture card that's getting shipped here from a developer. So I didn't actually have to pay anything out of pocket for any of it. I just have to play video games for him. So you'll probably see me doing a lot of video game streams on YouTube and X and sports shows on Tuesday.
And Anthony, what's going on?
Man, I am enjoying retirement, but no, but yeah, man, just pretty simple over on my channel. Just do a daily vlog. Try to keep them shorter than 5 minutes. If it goes longer, it's because I had to make it that long. Made a cool video. Some people may not like it or not, but I took a PlayStation 5 Pro and put it against a PlayStation 5 with both the same exact TVs, 50-inch TVs. Then I put them both on the Sony InZone monitor, and I wanted to see, could I see the difference? I put four different games, and then even a PlayStation 4 game. So that was fun, a lot of fun. Took me a couple hours doing that, but yeah, man, one vlog a day, and then I do a podcast on Tuesdays, and FCAT, you guys know him. We did it 2 weeks ago. He had his own podcast. Diggs was on there, and it was kind of cool because I'm a little out of the console wars. It's driving me a little bit crazy, and so when it get too crazy, so you could catch that too on Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays is We Wrestle Wednesdays. Been doing it for over 2 years, every single week, never missed a week. So that's been really cool. And but yeah, check me out, and now your mama know.
Awesome stuff. And Mr. Gem, anything to shout out, sir?
Yeah, on Sunday I'll be playing D&D, and I will be riding Wilson. That's full homo.
Nice.
So you'll be writing. Oh,
Bro, does someone have that ready?
better bring a saddle. I heard he chafes. Wilson, what's going on, sir? You want to give yourself a shout out? Oh, look at Wilson playing Ninja Gaiden.
Just gonna be. I've got my partner coming over actually, so I'm gonna be a little bit AFK. I'm obviously gonna make the D&D session, but in the over the next week, I'm probably gonna be away from the community a little bit and hanging out with some loved ones.
All right then. Well, thanks everybody, panel, for coming and hanging out. Thank you, chat, for hanging out and listening with us. The download happens every week, and we're an open panel, so be sure to come hang out with us in Cyborg City. Link in the description. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, because so much content happens on Cloud&Console. Until next time, be safe out there, be kind, and now your mama knows. All right, take care.
What?
Can't say that. That's trademark.
Cheers.
Trademark.
It's not trademarked.
Again, too.
Yeah, that's
Again,
like,
too.
hey,
Hey.
that's like saying that the king of content is trademarked, and we all
He-
know who took that role.
He likes it when
Listen,
Anthony likes the "and now your mama knows." He likes when it gets said.
love it.
Right? I heard Ray
Not
knows
not by a,
too.
not by a Canadian.
Yeah,
Hey, MCG.
I've had this man at my house. He's
Yeah, man.
Whoa. Hey, you know what? That's too much.